Hello again and welcome to another show. This is Reading with the Trojans. I'm Barry McKnight here at Troy University at the golf facility. We've got a story to read. It's called Goodnight Moon, and then you'll hear a story a little bit like it that'll be read by Coach Bart Barnes. My story is called Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Clement Hurd. Here we go. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens and a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. And good night, chairs. Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house. And good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. The end. That story is called Goodnight Moon. Hope you get a chance to read it again.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Reading with the Trojans. I'm Bart Barnes, men's golf coach at Troy University. We're here live from the Troy Golf facility. And today I'm going to be reading with you guys Goodnight iPad by Android. Okay. Goodnight iPad by Android, a parody for the next generation. In the bright buzzing room, there was an iPad, and a kid playing Doom, and a screenshot of a bird launching over the moon. There were 3 little nooks with 10,000 books and a huge LCD Wi-Fi HD TV with Bose 5.1, 6 remotes, and 3D. And a BlackBerry ringing with Eminem singing, and a new Facebook friend, and text with no end. And a viral clip of a cat doing flips, and the bings, bongs, and beeps of emails and tweets. And a fed up old woman who is trying to sleep. Good night, iPad. Good night, Doom. Good night, bird launching over the moon. Good night, Nooks and digital books. Good night, Eminem. Good night, Facebook friend. Good night, LOLs. Good night, MP3s. Good night, LCD, Wi-Fi, HD TV. Good night, remotes and Netflix streams, Android's apps and glowing screens. Good night, plugs and power lights that guide us to pee in the darkness of night. Good night, buzzing. Good night, beeps. Good night, everybody who should be asleep. Good night, pop stars. Good night, MacBook Air. Good night, gadgets everywhere. Parody of Goodnight Moon. Right now, I hope this gives you a few minutes of relief and fun. Our thoughts and prayers from Troy University Golf is with everybody. I hope everybody stays safe.